He is the most decorated player in the history of this franchise. He still holds the top spot for regular season career individual records in goals, assists, points, penalty minutes, hat tricks, power play goals, and game-winning goals.
Maltais to the half wall. Shoots, he scores! 600 goals!
He's in our history. He's a leading scorer. He leads into all categories. I mean,
Absolutely.
He's our Mario Lemieux.
Yeah, absolutely.
Smart player. I think he knew how to where to be, when to be there. Finisher, had a strong desire put the puck in the net. I mean, he's not a happy camper if he's not scoring.
In 1996-97, he scored 60 goals, a franchise record that still stands.
Rattles it up the near side. Maltais up the left side over the red line. Shoots! He scores! That's goal 60! And put the fork in the moose! 3-0!
He also holds the record for most hat tricks in a season at 5 in 1995-96.
Wiseman, center circle. Feeds it over the line to Brown. Crisscrosses. Brown feeds in the high slot. Shooting is Maltais. He scores! Steve Maltais, the hat trick! His second in a row! And it's 4-0! Gamache deflected. Maltais backhand. He scores! That's the hat trick for Steve Maltais. He is now tied for the league lead in scoring.
He's a good skater. He had all the fundamentals. Good, solid player. He's another fellow, I think, given the opportunity and someone stay with him, he might have been able to stay in the NHL longer. But he had a great career, something he can be proud of, and we're all proud of.
I think that anyone who followed this team, the career fans, kind of marvel at, I'm not sure I can believe the numbers that he put up. Come on, you just don't do that. You know, he had some helpers that were certainly sent from heaven for any guy who would like to be scoring goals. But on the other hand, that was a scoring machine. The fact that he spent so much time with us is still one of the mysteries to a lot of hockey fans. Is, you know, why didn't this guy star in the National League? You know, selfishly you say, well, because he was supposed to be scoring for us.
During his 10 seasons with the Wolves, Steve Maltais would help define the franchise. He was also an integral part of the 3 Cup winning championship Wolves squads.
He scored a gazillion goals and had a lot of talent. He was someone that everybody looks for their franchise player. You know, the Wolves here were fortunate to have a Steve Maltais and a Wendell Young. I mean, not very often can you say that, you know, you had some people that were pretty dynamic on and off the ice like that.
Steve was definitely the best player to play in the organization. The results, you know, kind of spoke for themselves, very successful. But, you know, you learn and you watch. His shot was really strong. He is. I don't call them legs. I call his legs prosciuttos, because I don't know if you ever seen one hanging in a deli. That's what they look like. And Maltz doesn't have any ankles either. He's just got his calves go right to. It's all one piece. So his lower body was very hard to move.
It takes more than just practice to post those kinds of numbers. Sometimes a little bit of an ego doesn't hurt either.
If you play pro sports, you don't have an ego, you're not gonna be a good player. And everybody has an ego. You know, some more boisterous than others, but when you start respecting what the other one brings to the table, and vice versa, then you got something, and the puzzle starts coming together.
I think that's what makes people tick. If that's what gets that person going, then you got to respect it.
He's a goal scorer. I mean, he finds the net. No matter where he is, he's going to be around that net, and he's going to score goals. He was so good. He was good with the puck. He was one of our leaders in the room. And Wendell was there at the same time, but Maltz he was a solid player.
He sat next to me in Tampa, and he sat next to me here with the Wolves. And Maltz, like any goal scorer, is very selfish, and I think goal scorers are selfish in a lot of ways. But Maltz wanted to score for himself, but he also wanted to score for the team.
Internally, you drive yourself. You know, if you get to a certain number, you know, you want to challenge it, you know, to get to the other number. I think as goal scorers, I think you challenge yourself, and you get 30 the one year, you want to get 35. You get 35 early, and your goals constantly change, and that's what drives you nuts, and people think it's not individual. They know that if you're doing that, more apt than none, the success of the team is going to come with it.
When you got a guy who can score that much, you got to get him the puck.
14:54, the times of those penalties. Brown to Maltais, breaking in. Maltais, Mr. scores! Maltais ties it for Brown!
To me, it was a no-brainer. You look for him, but sometimes, if you're playing against teams, they key on him. And he might draw two guys, and that's going to leave someone else open. So, you can kind of use him as a decoy, too, because it helps other people get open. That's when you have a star player like that, it's to your advantage.
For being a forward, and I mean, he was a pretty big guy. He was pretty stocky. He had some girth, and he wasn't afraid to back down. He wasn't a fighter. He didn't go out and fight guys, but he was tough.
Those guys know how to score, and they want to score, and they want to be on nice net situation. And a lot of people don't, and that's one thing I loved about Maltais. He embraced that ability to go out and be the hero, and not a lot of people do that.
That kind of presence on the ice comes at a price, and during the Wolves' 2000 championship run, it was written all over Steve Maltais' face.
I saw some things in Maltais where, he took a puck to the face, spent the night in the dentist chair, where he had like root canals and all that stuff. He just came to the rink, and I believe he scored a hat trick that night. But he played with a lot of injuries.
He took a lot of abuse, other teams, verbally, physically, and he hardly ever missed a game.
It's funny because you get the question of the trophies and of this and of that, and I think that's the one I'm most proud about is winning that Ironman and just playing through it. And I think it was just, it was a mindset. Some guys are vocal, some guys are going to do a certain way, and it was just a respect thing. I think it was a pride thing to say, hey, you know what, yeah, I'm playing through it.
After a decade in Chicago, Steve retired and his number 11 banner made its way to the ceiling at Allstate Arena.
Wolves fans, the moment we've been waiting for. Steve, please do the honors, and fans join in celebrating the retirement of number 11 to the rafters.
It was a proud moment, I think, when the number 11 banner went up there, and deservedly so for all that he did for this team.
I think it's just a classy move by the organization, and it's there. I mean, you get people to go to a concert and say, "Oh, hey, you said you played hockey, but hey, I saw. Is that you? Is that yours?" Everybody that's hanging in there, I think, the selfish side of it means that, hey, you know what? I played a long time, and there's longevity, and I did it a certain way, and it's more self-gratifying.
Tune in next time as Daring Greatly continues to chart the history of the Chicago Wolves in this exclusive docu-series.